Without question, it's one of my favorite cars on the planet. It's the Ford GT40. I love the way the car looks. Its engine is amazing, but I'll tell you what really speaks to me is the story and the history behind it. Let's talk Le Mans for a second. It's a 24-hour race that takes place in France. Now, that race had been mostly dominated by French, Italian, English drivers. Aston Martin, Bugatti, Mercedes-Benz, Ferrari. Big names were winning these races, not Ford. That is until 1966, when the Ford GT40 came on the scene and not only won in 1966, but completed the race in 1967, 1968, and 1969 in the lead. 4 wins in a row. It's quite an engine. I mean, it had to be. They were racing for 24 hours at speeds around 200 miles per hour. This 427 Roush could put out 500 horsepower, which was really something. I mean, I can't imagine being in the seat all those hours just driving round and round and round on that 8.5-mile track. But when you have an engine behind you like this, it makes it a lot of fun. So you're getting strapped in for your 24-hour race at Le Mans, which takes place on some private and public roads both. 200 miles per hour and you're all ready to go. But then all of a sudden you realize you don't fit. That's what happened to Dan Gurney, and that's why the Dan Gurney bubble exists. He was a little taller than I was, and when he got in, his helmet was hitting the roof. So they made this bubble on top just for him. The 24-hour Le Mans, a quintessential race with a lot of history in it right here from the Ford GT40. Speaking of race cars and history, let's head to the farm.